Hello, beautiful ether. I planned to do some fishing at the pond today, but got rained out, so figured it was a good day to organize the desk. I found some brand new super glues digging around. Guess I never got to them. This stuff is miraculous. GS Hypocement. You could get it at Hobby Lobby online, and haven't seen it at any of the Walmarts near me, but maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. This, like the gemstones and watches, really, really small, really strong, and the tip is actually a needle. But before I get started, I'm gonna make some fuel, and figured I would do that in here because it's small, compact, and I can plug it right in. And what you do is, it comes with this measuring cup, and again, this was 10 bucks at Hobby Lobby. It comes with this measuring cup, has a little needle on the end, and you just punch a hole in each of the eggs. Really easy. Yeah. Very quick, very easy fuel. Again, it's low water out here, so this is a treat and a half. It uses such a small amount of water that I don't really have to worry about making eggs anymore. Boiled eggs, that is. I also got some pickled okra. Really nice. So, just gotta get some water. Let's see. This thing is my pride and joy currently. Just gonna make sure I don't drop them all. And that's it. And then I'll plug this in right over here. Hello, Misty. I'm making some eggs. Some hard-boiled eggs. Get in there. Alright, sweet. Okay, eggs are on. Gotta get some fuel. A little egg maker from Hobby Lobby. It takes about 7-10 minutes, and really, really good and really simple. It takes such a small amount of water. These are good, but not very hot. Not a lot of heat to them. But really energizing. Anything pickled or vinegary. So probably not gonna be tying much, but wanted to get on top of this desk a little bit. And really nice switch up from pickles. The seeds of the okra, nice and poppy, delicious. I was gonna make some surf candies, however, the mono thread that I have currently is for, I'm guessing, applique, quilting, and it's just a little too thick to work with, especially on hooks this small. I can't get it to stay on the hook. So I found some UTC 0.004 size, so I'm gonna start with the smallest I could find, and then I have my little fork. So I'm gonna put away the surf candy stuff, and so it's just gonna use this EP fiber. It's cheapest cheap can get from Amazon. However, it came in every single color, and I think it'll be absolutely, I don't know, ideal is the word, but it'll work for the surf candy. Tons of colors in there. It's incredible. Especially, I'm still a beginner, so really nice to have a full spectrum to work and choose from. Let me get my, yeah. And I was filling up my little box to try to hit the pond and experiment there. However, I have pretty much only been making stuff for saltwater, so I really want to pick out some patterns for freshwater specifically. And slowly get everything at that crystal flash. This stuff is so cool. It's tightly wound. It's got a little bit of a bounce to it, but when you move your hand across it, it almost feels like alive. And I was looking through head cement, but couldn't really gauge what was best. A few of the things that I was running into was water base, and people not too stoked for it. However, I did find Hairline made a penetrator, which is just a thin head cement that gets in the fibers a little better, as well as hard as whole. And thinking about that, I got code to sign up for Complete Angler. So I got, I think, 50 points from that. So if anybody wants fly tying materials and signs up for Complete Angler, I will send you a link. If you want. You get $5 off and I get points. I'm trying to work up to $20 off. Hello, Richard S. And Suez and Bob Plays. Hi, 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 hi. I thank you. Looks are very fleeting, just as fleeting as life is. I look just like my mom, more and more every day. I need to bust out some pictures to show y'all. She was a disco queen. And a beach bum, and my dad lived under the bridge. Not even kidding. My grandma, my dad's mom, worked at Benny's on the beach for decades, and then Blue Marlin. But when she worked at Benny's, my dad essentially just lived under the bridge, and it was really cool because when people would catch stuff on the pier, they were able to give it to her. Her name is Rita. And she would give it to the chef and they'd cook it up right there. It's ideal. The stories of Lake Worth Beach from 70s to 80s, beautiful. I wish I could find more pictures. There is a Facebook group called I Lived in the Palm Beaches in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I find a lot of gems there. Things that I've heard stories about since I was a kid. Like, there was like a pole in the middle of the water people could dive off. There was a tunnel under the bridge, and all kinds of stuff like that. I might need a bigger toolbox. I'm trying to keep anything that I can use for fly tying in this vicinity. And this stuff, incredible. It's like $6 for a bottle. The bottle's quite small, however, it goes a long way. And I'm thinking I can use this currently until I get some head cement, that penetrator. But it's got a needle. I've got to be very careful. Needle. This stuff is great, great, great. So I'm gonna keep that, and I have a box for glues and adhesives, and a bottle of good old E6000. And depending on the size, I like getting the small bottles because if it's for small projects, they don't dry up as fast, and I can just open a fresh bottle. On larger projects, like fixing boots, for instance, perfect glue. I love that stuff. I found it, well, growing up, I used to see it on Pinterest, on every other Pinterest craft, and I could never find it. But I went to Walmart, and I needed shoe goo, because I knew that existed, and my boots fell apart. And the guy was like, you should try E6000. I was like, do you have that here in the flesh? I was very excited. How's a bomb snap? Hindi, very cool. I bet the fishing in India is killer. I know I say that about every place, but every inch of this planet is as beautiful gets. Hello, Pimp J. Organizing the desk a little bit. I know I say that every stream, but it gets a little chaotic up here. And I think I'm just gonna I still can't get over how much that looks like fish scales. especially the saltwater fish, incredible. Been trying to, that kind of smashes stuff, I guess it's, and of course the early 2000s bling string. I really want to get some feedback on this from fly tires. Even just tying this on hooks for some flash, especially for barracuda, I think would be ideal. I'm not too sure though. Haven't gotten to give that a go yet. And I haven't really practiced like pulling it, but even using that to tie shrimp, or the shrimp here is kind of mushy, so it just falls off the hook. But we can maybe add some flash and keep them on there. And I also, oh, let me put these. I had some loose crustacean eyes up here somewhere. Got a nice little assortment. I'm thinking about making a ton of them. Through Kinto, maybe you could make like a trading system where people trade supplies, and I'm still working on getting some of Lefty Cray's flies, and I really can't believe that they're available. And don't have much in my Venmo, so I haven't responded to her. I don't want to waste her time. That's the last thing I want to do. But I have to get out of that mindset because like the conversation is gorgeous. Getting to hear stories, and she's working on some articles. It's just very, very, very happy about that. And it's amazing, the internet. You could really communicate with anybody about anything, and to me it's such a, I mean, not just to me, to many he's an absolute legend. And like since 1947 he was putting in real work for fly tying, especially saltwater fly tying, where there wasn't a lot you know, documented, and flies developed specifically for those types of waters. And I thank you, Trevor76. One day I'll get back to making jewelry, but I ended up with so much of it. And if I could find like a local green market, it would be really sick to have a wagon type thing. My dad has one in the backyard. I just need help like putting it back together. It looks like from the 20s, and it's a wagon, and instead of a wheel, it's like a stick. Really cool, really beautiful. It just needs new wood, and all the metal and all the hardware is still there, and that would be ideal to sell jewelry on, bait, and lures. I did reopen my Etsy, so I might throw a lot of the bulk on it, but too afraid to list things yet. I really got to get my skills less beginner-like, but gonna start. God, I kind of want to keep a lot of this front. No. I have a bad habit of keeping scraps, convinced that I'm going to turn every little bit into something. I do keep a lot of scraps because all this is really useful, but like this stuff. Finally sat down long enough to watch the saltwater DVD, and I'm trying to find the whole series. However, this, wow, that's the man himself, Lefty Cray. And like deceivers will be referred to as Lefty's Deceivers. That's him. And Bob Clouser, of course. And they designed a half and half, which is the two most popular flies, saltwater flies that I know of, the Clouser minnow and the Lefty's Deceiver. And there's a half and half, which I had no idea until I watched this. And it was really good, so I've been watching it kind of daily now. Sat down to make a surf candy, and this was infuriating. I tried making this tighter. It just, it bounces right off the hook. And everyone makes it look so effortless. I think, hey! stayed. Maybe I could try. Because it looks great. Looks great. But the other issue that I had was the fibers are really slippery, so I'm worried that they're just gonna pull out. So I'm gonna wait until I have some penetrator to, that's what it's called, hardest hole hairline by hairline penetrator. There's a few. There's Zappa and stuff like that. I couldn't find much on Amazon, and I think I'm going to try to start getting things from Complete Angler because you get points. It's I think it's in Connecticut. But I like that. I like being able to get the materials I need while also, like, you know, having the promise of like a little treat here and there. And yeah, Spawn too, because they added some free dubbing, and that is a surefire way to get me to return. You got a bucktail, and they put in some dubbing, really nice, beautiful color, perfect for shrimp. And the bucktail is gorgeous. I thought it was gonna be tiny. It wasn't. This is $7.99. Tons of material. Lefty says you can run a razor down this to separate the two colors. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try it, although I really want to. And I was gonna try to get just a scammer ride to Hobby Lobby the other day, but I think I really need to work with what I got. And I found some dye, so I might be able to try to dye at the craft fair. I really want to know if it will pick up dye, because I'm guessing it's plastic. I'm not sure what kind of plastic. However, is you done? Oh, let me move that. Ah, I'm so sorry. My angels. I just realized there's 3 of them. Call me Charlie, because I got 3 angels. I finally fixed the card up a little bit, and I probably could have cleaned the pipe a little bit because I found it outside. However, it works. My dad was throwing away this cart, and there was a guy already looking at it. I was like, I didn't want to say anything. I was like, I lost it, but pushed myself out there. I was like, I'm sorry, that's my cart. It didn't have any wheels on it. It had 1 broken wheel. However, after a few weeks of looking, I found a Honda lawnmower that had the same size wheels, and then I realized there was a lawnmower out back, one of Coates' old lawnmowers. So I quickly ran out there, and they fit perfectly. Took a few days for the bolts to loosen up, very rusted, and got them on. So it's got lawnmower wheels and some PVC pipe, genuine Gucci fishing cart. I'm really stoked about that, because now I can bring everything. That's how the eggs tell you they're done. So I just unplug it. Ah! Ah! Jesus Christ! I don't know if you heard that, but it was like I may or may not have a small fear of electricity as a whole. I also wanted to grab a razor to keep in here. Got this stationery set, and I've never been so pleased with something. So, I put the excess in here. These, oh, I do. Okay, this is a ceramic blade. The end of that ceramic blade, really good for paper crafts and cutting really small things out. Trying to figure out a way to use the Mylar bags. I got a bunch of old Mylar gift bags, and then these ones are glue. It's not the strongest glue, however, sometimes you just need a little dot of something just to tack it down and then put resin on top, and this is ideal for that. And they all came together. And then these are proper razors. It's a little razor. I can't get over it. Don't accidentally grab this. So let's see, do you want the blue one? Or and they're painfully adorable. Sorry, they really are. Maybe the blue one. Yeah. Very cute. Oh, Yellow Beard James Gibson. Oh, hello, God speaking. It's this really old, oh, nice little pen. These were all scratched up, so what I did is I just put resin on top, and they'll last forever. Sometimes you need a little bit of joy. But anywho, I don't know if it's the extension cord. It's a really old extension cord, but that's the first I heard a crackling sound. It's, there's something very joy-packed about little characters. And touch it. Yeah, the UV resin, you can use it for so much. I was actually gonna try to use it to repair an air mattress, just never went there again. And this is the one I landed on, Mr. Resin. And a lot of times it'll come with a light and some silicone bowls. What's great about this stuff is you don't have to mix it. It's one part. So you can just put this in a little silicone bowl. Comes with these silicone. Really good for all kinds of things. Paints, other glues, and works wonders. And if your mold or if your like repair thing is a little too big, you can use the sun to cure it, and it cures like that. I don't have one. Oh, I do have one in here. So it's Florida, and if you want to eat outside, sometimes there's like way too many flies for it to be enjoyable. So this is an old one. I use this one for crafts, but these are like lifesavers. It's just a net, but you could throw this on top of your project while it cures, so no gnats or flies or anything gets stuck in it. And finally got a little light, which has been kind of life-changing. Just a little UV light. Oh no. It was life-changing. Oh no. Guessing they're dead. Did I leave it on? Because when you set it down, you can't. Let me Oh, lifesaving. Batteries. Oh, let me yeah. Oh, no. Where can I put this? I just don't want the water everywhere. I guess I can put it upside down. Let this cool a little quicker. I hope this helps. This thing has been night and day difference. Because I have a little light, or the light that I just showed. However, sometimes I need to do it around or just quickly hit it with the light just to get the eyes tacked on. Let's use a little razor blade. forgot how I found these. I was seeing them in all kinds of stationery. I think Stationery Pal, I saw it, and spent a while trying to find them. I did find them on Amazon. Let's see. Gosh, I hope it's just... Yes. The relief. Holy crap. Yeah, and adorable razor pens. They work wonders, especially if you like, I mean, for anything. I don't know where to put batteries. Are these too hot? Ooh, I'm just gonna crack. Just gonna crack it to release some heat and set it there. Got some salt, some red salt. I do want to try other types of, like goose eggs. I probably would only be able to fit a few. They're much larger, and a few of the farms out here sell them. There was a lady down the street that sold eggs, but I didn't see the sign anymore. I've been trying to find roosters or people with roosters to try to get some feathers, and grizzly feathers specifically, but any long feathers. And I suppose I could just bar some that I have with a Sharpie. Alright. Damn, I want that egg. It's freaking lava egg. Alright, beads gotta go. It's amazing how many of the craft supplies that I already have. Oh, and I got this for, well, somebody parted ways with it, but I think I'm gonna use this for packaging. Nice. Burlap. So, gotta set this somewhere good, because I do want to start shipping some of the flies out to anybody who'd like to test them. And some tomato. That's one. Last Revelation. For some reason, I really liked Last Revelation. And the beginning, you're young Laura. I don't know what they did to her. Gave her some sweet packs, I guess. I saw the cartoon. I didn't see the cartoon, but I saw the like advertisement for it. Just regular chicken eggs. I usually get the 30 pack. However, however, $11 again. Which usually it's like 6, 7 tops. $11 again. What else was wild? There's a lot of stuff that just couldn't believe it. And pickles are still fairly priced, but $11 for 30 eggs. So I don't know. That's steep for eggs. But yeah, the economy's doing perfectly. But I guess, like, you know, inflation or whatever, like cigarettes were 50 cents when my dad was my age. I don't know. I really don't. But I wanted 30 eggs. I had to, you know. And finally did remember to get a little bottle of red wine because I wanted, or white wine. There's this on YouTube. Hello, Ian Kang. Really, the PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider games, and they still hold up today. Where did I put this thing on? Oh, I can't. It's feathers. Got a little industrial fan. Makes it feel more like a workshop. But, what is that? I found a recipe here on YouTube, and it's swordfish. Let me find it. I think about it all the time, and it was just probably a quite popular like combination. However, it's cream, capers, and white wine over swordfish, and it looked delicious. So I'm slowly getting all the stuff. I want to make it outside, and don't have any swordfish, but I see people eating tilapia a lot from this, and I've been really dying to try some of the panfish, because I got a few, how do you say, like, well, I've never tried bluegill, but there's a few invasives that are really tasty. Eat all the eggs. Yeah, let me run some out. They're very hot. This is what pockets are for. Got 2 eggs in the pocket. The thing is ideal. $10. $10 takes 0 water. Such a small amount of water. And usually when you want to make a bunch of eggs, it's a big old pot of water. I mean, use it for plants afterwards, however. Definitely different kind of working with well water. Treated well water, however, it's definitely, like for pasta, I wish you could make pasta and something like that. There's a pasta dish where you cook the uncooked pasta. I believe it's called Assassin's something. I always wanted to try that recipe, because anything that doesn't require a ton of water. I need a little bag for spare mono, because this is all future crustacean eyes. There's so many different ways to make them. I've been looking up some dumbbell eyes because I want to make some bonefish flies, or Crazy Charlies, some of the classics, or the Clouser minnow. I think I'm going to make those for the freshwater, because could use them both for freshwater and saltwater. Easy to make, really easy to make. Minimal materials once you got a few already, and slowly building up a little bit of a. I did want to ask, or put a list together to ask some questions about Lefty. All I came up with though is like what music he listened to a lot, and then I thought, oh, that's a dumb question, so I held off. However, she posted a picture of him and said his radio was always on and he always had music blasting. And I was just like, alright, I do gotta ask. Like, posted an hour after. I was like, oh, that's a dumb question, because I have so many, and I feel like the chance is finite, just as any chance. Any chances are. Just kind of cutting these into a smaller size, because if I wrap this, it's just gonna get a coil, and these will start to get a little straighter, and then it doesn't get swept up. As I did find some red nail polish, which I seal it with resin anyway, so it won't smell. And it's very close to model paint. And is it egg time? Still a little hot. I think I have. I took all my little dishes out. Oh, I do have one. This bowl was one of my favorite finds ever. Make sure there's no dust. Solid sterling. It doesn't sound like it. That's why I really didn't even. But yeah, it is sterling. It's my favorite bowl. I use this quite frequently. I set it aside because I really want to start cooking outside again. If I get the shell, oops, if I get the shell off, it'll cool a lot faster. I'm gonna try. It's gross to some, but the membrane of the egg is really good for you. I usually try to feed it to the dog. It's really good for arthritis, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, this thing is miraculous because you could use it for all your ingredients. It's big enough for like a bunch of different purposes, so you're able to pack light and just keep one good old dish on you. I just realized the trim is a little uneven, but that's alright. And it doesn't break. Could really toss this around without issue. And I'm trying to get a fire stove. Usually used a propane. So like those turkey fryers, those huge pots, the propane burner is excellent. I used that for years and years and years. It tastes like paper. It's a very strange texture, and so I try not to just accept it as medicine. It's a very strange texture, but I'm trying to get a little more into like that cartilage because of all the collagen inside of it, and we make a stew, a really good beef stew, oxtail and whatever beef leftover and cheap cuts, and in the Instant Pot. That boiled down, oh, it's incredible. And there's a Chinese restaurant, one of the only ones that do dim sum that I know of. However, they have a beef stew there that I thought it was noodles. It wasn't, it was tendon. However, bowl was medicinal, so I really do try to let's see. Damn right. Well, no, it's just a hard-boiled egg in a sterling silver bowl. I'm sure this could be considered witchcraft in some places. And I got some salt to cleanse said egg. No, I'm just kidding. But red salt. I'm not sure if it's clay or what, but the more I live, the more I really enjoy simple foods. I really like just hard-boiled eggs, maybe some salted tomato slices, some cheese, a buttered roll, fish. It's getting harder and harder to trust food enough to eat at the stores. Like, try to stay out of the internal sections of the aisles. That's where all the packaged and stuff, and there's a lot of it that I adore, quite frankly. However, really trying to keep it as simple as possible. A hot potato with this would be great, with some like maybe apple cider vinegar and sugar. German potato salad is vinegary and warm, and it's really tasty. So I make the potatoes until they're kind of mashable with onion, and then you make kind of like a vinegary wash of sorts, and you pour that, and then the potatoes absorb it. It's really good. Make it every now and then.
this. And it's fuel, really affordable and easy to have on hand. Fuel solution chicken of the morning. Yeah. Yeah, the bones, like, what are those, sardines? For a while I was trying to eat little fish that have bones that are edible because of all the calcium. And, same thing with shrimp. A lot of, like the Goligichi of the East Coast, they used to save all the shrimp heads that weren't eaten and dry them, and then make a powder that was very nutrient rich, very flavorful, and you get all that benefit from the really, really fascinating and a beautiful group of people. And St. Augustine, Georgia, and I believe South Carolina, they are slowly being pushed off the islands, and I believe Georgia to make room for golf courses. It's really depressing. Yeah, sardines. Interesting. I did not know about that, about the mouse brains. Here, let me pull this up on this phone. I can read it a little better. I may or may not be a little nearsighted. I'm just very stubborn about it. But it's starting to affect my personal life. It's getting harder to see yard sale signs. Yeah, eggs. I love freaking eggs. And anyway, really, growing up, used to make this thing, and I'm sure just about every culture and every household has something similar, where you cook a bunch of potatoes and onions, and then all the leftovers go in, and then you dump a bunch of eggs in it, and it's incredible, and you could eat it for days. It's really good reheated, and produces a lot of food that fills you up and is good for you. Make a lot of these. As Southwest Florida Custom Aluminum, hello. And I do have a garden, slowly getting it back together. I dug out my chives yesterday, and they're still thriving. The chives do thrive, and they're over 10 years old, and it's just a small pot of them. They live for a long time, apparently. And some scallions, and turmeric, some ginger, galangal. Really want to try eventually to get some grow boxes. The ones that I tried making with logs, they just didn't hold moisture at all, and broke down way faster than I thought they would. And the moisture was a huge issue because not hose can't reach some of these spots, and my rain barrel just can't. And so yeah, Mr. Resin. Dielectric grease for connections. Interesting. Oops. Well, let me write that down, actually. I have a notebook and a list of products, because y'all be referring stuff I've never heard of, and stuff that is, let's see, where's this, yes, this started very nice and organized, however, dielectric. Yeah, it's superhuman, superhuman. Why is it welcoming me to chat? I've never had butter on a double egg. I've never tried that. Never even thought to try that. This sounds fire. I do appreciate butter a lot. And yeah, I've never tried that. Got into ghee for a while, however, it just got so expensive. I used to only be able to get it from Indian markets and nice big jars. However, now I got these Gucci brands rolling out, $10 for a small jar, and really easy to make. It's just clarified butter, but it was very convenient, affordably convenient. And it took a little while to get used to, only because it smells like cheese, just like cheese. I love cheese. It doesn't taste like cheese. It tastes beautiful. Also, I found my grandpa's glasses. These used to be so blurry. It's kind of wild to see them clearing out a little bit as I grow on this planet. One day they'll work completely. I have a pair of his motorcycle glasses too, and they flip up. He was a motorcycle cop for Palm Beach cop in the 70s. And he passed away quite some time ago, and wish I had a time machine so I could ask him some questions on fishing. There's that little bag. Yeah. Every little scrap of mono could be crustacean eyes, so I try to keep it all in a little organized pack. But good selection of body parts. I haven't made any top butterflies yet. However, I saw someone using earplugs, and I have a ton of them somewhere, but I was able to find one bag. They're from the hospital. Got family members in and out of the hospital, so I got tons of these gift bags that have like your essentials in it, and all of them had earplugs. I did want to pull out those. Yeah, I gotta pull one of these out. I really want to try. But I have no patterns in mine. I think I got a little too scattered, so now I don't know where to start again. So my drawer system didn't work. I have a little bit, not too much stuff, but the stuff is too big for the little drawers. So maybe I'll use them for glue. No, because the window's on the other side. Well, it's not like UV could penetrate this. So I'm going to go here. And got brushes out. I'm gonna just get the hairline. Unfortunately, I think I want the stuff that has the warning label on it. They have water-based, however, I want to use what works, and I don't want to fight against materials, which that might be a little extreme to save fighting against the materials. It's I don't know. I tend to pay attention to the reviews because it's very hard to return things. I used to live right next door to a post office, and it was really easy to return things, but it still takes a few bucks, and a lot of this stuff just costs a few bucks, so I want to just make sure I get the right stuff first go around. This was a sad attempt at a wing, and I don't know why I thought that was gonna work, but let's see. And tons of glitter. I don't know what to do with. Maybe because this bottle takes up too much room. And I do have some baggies. I used to sell seeds. Ooh. This is just for crustacean eyes. Sometimes when I just do the simple ones, I want a little flash of red, and the red Sharpie doesn't pick up a lot on the green mono. So I had just one of these to the end, and it gets to what I want. drop something. It's quite alright. And, alright, what is this? Oh yeah. Really gotta get to Hobby Lobby because they had all the Christmas stuff up, and I think they'll have tinsel in every width and color. So I've got a little list of stuff to look at, and I did pull out the ball chain. It's from the 90s or early 2000s. However, I think I'm just going to use it because the paint seems to be wearing off anyway. I don't know if it's too worth keeping. So I think I might try to wipe it down with some acetone to try to get the tape or the paint off, because a lot of them are chipped, and I think this is ideal for fishing. Got a nice weight to it, so. And I need a bigger ball chain. Just don't know how to get that paint off. It's pretty thick. She knows. Hello, Ravi G. Very strong flavor Ghee does have. And yeah, really good for you. Let's see. Do I need this? It's got literature on it. Maybe I'll just keep. Yeah. That hypo cement really is something special. I know watch repairers use it, and they'll add these tiny little gemstones, and those gemstones are in like vibrating movements. So it's and just like the tiniest dot gets you to where things aren't moving or falling off. GS hypo cement. I'll show one more time. It's and this cap has a thin needle that goes in that needle tip to keep it nice and clear. Really, really good. I had a E6000 had a habit of really getting thick near the nozzle, and I could never get those things clear, so I just started saving them for polymer clay crafts. They have these little tips that screw onto the bottle. However, I could never get them clear, and so I started getting the small bottles V6000, which helped a lot. What else I gotta put somewhere safe? And I think I'm gonna keep this wire out because I've been trying to put some of these. And I think what I'm gonna do is just put information on the back and hand these out at the fishing pier. And it's just a really, really simple schmino, but really want some feedback. And trying to think if I should. I think this is more of a toolbox. Ooh. What in? Is that glue? I have some hospital issued hand sanitizer. Really good for resin. And if you have paint stuck on your paintbrushes, the hand sanitizer gets it out. I have a bad habit of sometimes painting until I'm physically exhausted, and I don't end up. Oh, well, it's doing nothing for this, so I'm guessing it's resin. Doing nothing for that. And I learned my lesson of using acetone. I don't know why I grabbed acetone. I like to think I grabbed it by accident, but I don't think I did. And I destroyed my first really nice palette. The plastic just started melting. I know it's very obvious. You live, you learn. God, why is not budging? Oh, I got it a lot better. Well, it's for tools anyway. So I guess it'll be better. And just anything, this really flat head pliers, really good for crushing the barbs on hooks. I've been doing that. And I learned the tip from Lefty K. I was doing it at an angle. So there's your hook, and you go in from the front, not the sides. Wow, I think that just broke off that time. But that's okay. It's for the pond. I just, sometimes there's a lot of turtles, and I really try to avoid them with everything. So, figured this will make it even easier in case I do hook it. Hook a turtle. Tons of turtles. I keep the hook moving a lot in the water. I don't let it relax like I would and on the pier or something. And this is just a flea comb and iron brush, and then a thicker a thicker comb. I'm not sure why this industrial metal comb works. I'm guessing it's for animals, but really ideal for this. Yeah, this works much better. And Burt's Beads, we've been using this for dubbing wax. But Anne King, that I haven't needed dubbing wax since I just put it on the thread. I was trying to do dubbing loops and even trying to make dubbing brushes. However, they just weren't coming out, either coming out too thick or just odd and lumpy. Even if I tried to really keep the material even. And I think I was also using too much material, but just sliding it on the string, it worked incredibly. Ooh. Holy. Yeah, I've been wanting to use JB Weld. Mainly for, you know, I forgot, Kinsico? I don't know, Kinsico? Something like that. When you repair like a piece of ceramic and you mix some gold mica or powdered gold in I see a lot of people using JB Weld. I jacked a bottle of it from Code not too long ago. It's in there. But I don't know, I was always too nervous to mix. I'm always convinced that I'm mixing it wrong or mixing it not enough. And I know it squeezes it out at the same time. I don't know, never was shown how to use it or never really watched people work with it, so I was so unsure. Same thing with resin though, like the two-part resin. I tried mixing it like by eye. You really need a scale for it, for the resin, but UV resin is pretty much all I use for that simplicity. But JB Weld is freaking limitless too. I gotta just try it. To debone me an egg. These also the olive salad was still at Publix and it was still on sale. Really excited for them. Boar's Head, every now and then it's on sale, and Boar's Head has like pepperoni sticks. So a small little bag of pepperoni slices is like, I forget how much, but these are, I think, like $7. However, it cuts into way more, and you could eat it like fuel, and really good, even just a tiny, like if you're out in the heat and your stomach feels a little sloshy, a few bites of this pepperoni, it's like spiced medicine. And they also do a salami that very interesting, very unique, almost sweet flavor. That's really good, and I think that would be really good with the olives and the olive salad. Okay, so thinking that you're doing it wrong is just a part of that. Makes a lot of sense, honestly. I gotta throw some more coffee in here. It was a little too milky. I've been trying to cut down on sugar a little bit so then I could add it to other things without overthinking it, like the potato salad. So I haven't been adding it to coffee. Well, I do fish. Fish since I was a kid. However, these last few months, it just with the way food is going, especially here in the U.S. And I needed a forever path, something that I don't bounce around too much in. Like crafts, a little too hard to focus in one area, and I was kind of like working backwards. So I wanted to pick something that I could do forever, will feed myself and loved ones, and I could still bring crafts along. And so I landed on fishing. It's turning it from just a pastime to hopefully something that I do full time. And so the last few months and onward, just slowly trying to learn to become an efficient fisherman as well as tie flies. And made quite a few. Where's the thing? And haven't tested any of the. Where is it? Oh. Haven't tested many of them. I did test the the candy stick. And I gotta work on this is the shrimp. And thank you again, Anne, because it unlocks some understanding. I did the dubbing and it's way better than the one I did just the day before I made this one. Which kind of looks more like a little squid or something. I always forget to add the antennae. But finally I gotta remake it because I did quite a few things wrong, which I don't know exactly if there's right or wrong. I do know there's catch fish or no catch fish, but I think I did the hurl a little too long. I think I could use more marabou on it, and I think I also did the bucktail too long. And it was my first attempt at a deceiver. However, still really like it's really beautiful. But I finally did find a DVD on saltwater fly tying, and it's Lefty Cray himself, and already learned so much from that. I bounce around quite a lot on videos on YouTube. Been trying to find one place to stick to, and that's how I ran into Lefty Cray, and he put a lot of work out there, so it's been an endless wealth of knowledge. But I really want to try this guy. It's got a weighted head. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent. It was an attempt at a woolly bugger, however, it did not go very well. So, but I still want to test it. And then I tried to make it again with a longer shank hook and some ostrich hurl because I don't think I had the peacock hurl yet. I could have. Maybe I did. But I wanted to make it all black. And yeah, the flies from Scotland are Code Logs Grandpa's, and it's been a treat and a half. Trying to get some real deal Lefty Cray lures now, and made this one on the last stream I was tying by Chico Fernandez. However, a few things that I think are totally off with it. I think I didn't add enough fiber, so I might cut it shorter. Smaller bait fish with a taper, and I think it's a little bare, but I still want to test it first before I cut it. And this bait fish, I haven't made another one for some reason, but it's still my favorite. I'm not sure how it's gonna do, but I really like how the fibers are attached, because right now I don't have head cement, but it's doubled, so it's a lot more sturdy. I trust this one a lot more than the attempt at Chico Fernandez's, ooh, I forgot the title of it. And I did do a little Lefty Cray's candy stick, however, it's yet another one where I kind of, used materials I had on hand, and I did test this one. And what I noticed is this doesn't really move. So I might add something softer in there that moves to have way more lifelike. I did use it, so it's it needs brushed a little bit. But redhead, the colors are a little off too. However, I really like using what I got for now. And for the last few days, I've been making a ton of schminnows. Well, what I can get to, and really want to send some of these out because I want to know how they do, if they do, because they might not do anything, and then I'll have a lot of tweaking to do. And like this one, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's still my favorite. I watch a channel called Stan's Flies, and his patterns are great. And he uses marabou feathers, like the tips, as tails. And I can't believe it. This is the one that I made for the canal, which quite a lot of bites on this. However, just tugs, and the fish are quite small, especially on the banks. And that's where I stick to, so I don't hook any turtles. Because with the canal, I can't get down there. Got a really curious gator down there named Thomas Nathaniel III, to be exact. Well, see, damn right, my whole thing is we live once that we know of, and that's why I try to make every second a lifetime. Quite frankly, I try to get time to move as slow as possible, because the uncertainty really drives a lot of, like, my choice, because that's why I don't, spend much time arguing, because I've such a, I mean, unless that's, like, something you really enjoy doing, I don't know, I don't, and, don't want anything to take away from the time, because time is so finite, and, when a moment is when a moment has been engulfed by the past, that's where it remains. The America fly. It also reminds me of those Frozen Pops. I was gonna look up the fly tying clubs because there has to be. I think across in the hunting grounds, the stocked ponds, I haven't reached them yet because they're like miles into this place, and it's like a real deal campsite, and a lot of the roads are not accessible by vehicle, so you gotta hike there. I'm really excited about it, and hopefully during the winter, no mosquitoes. It is Florida swamp, so there's many species, and maybe I don't. Fly. My handwriting's getting worse with time. I always have pretty illegible handwriting. Hey, very nice. I was thinking, I still have all my Pokemon cards. I got 2 binders up there, and a bunch of Pogs. They weren't my Pogs, I found them at a thrift store. 2 huge binders. Don't know what to do with them, but also these. I have a lot of directions as far as stack, but I don't know what to do with them. I was gonna open them on stream, however, I think I might just, I don't know, because they're still in their packages. I had no idea Sailor Moon had a card game, and they even have holographic cards. I really can't believe it. These were like $5 a piece on eBay, and I just couldn't say no to them. And also got a pack of regular playing cards. I still want to learn some card games, especially for camping and stuff like that. One reason why I like the spot across the canal, the cell service isn't the best, so you really get to be distraction free. There's so much to see out there that I think the only reason why I would pick up my phone anyway is to take a picture. And interesting, TCG player. Let me write that down and look it up. Really want, because Kento is completely coded by Code Lock himself, and so it goes in a bunch of different directions. However, I think it would be really sick to have a tabletop RPG like area for it, and either people scans in their cards and uses them, or maybe this TCG like has a data bank that is accessible. I'm not too sure how this stuff works. However, I try to think, and because with all the like being shadow banned or like having posts removed and stuff like that, obviously there's going to be some off limits things on Kinto where like it's just like redundant hate and stuff like that. But like as far as opinions and like theories and stuff like that, I don't want to drown that out. And like when I mean like about like harassment and stuff like that, because nobody enjoys that. And oh, cool. I forgot the website I used to use. I still got a box of Magic cards somewhere, Magic the Gathering, and I think there's only like 1 or 2 cards I want to keep just because the art is sick on it. But where did that go? I sold 1 box only because I did scan it, and I sold it to someone for $15 because they were putting it in their classroom to teach kids strategy and like stuff like that. I thought that was really nice. Forgot what the website was called though, and it tells you it's like stocks. The prices per card change all the time because from what I understand, a certain card will produce a certain effect, and that card will get really popular. So then when that reaches insane price points, another card with a similar effect will be kind of starting to be favored, and the prices change like stocks. Yeah, no, the cards, it blew my mind. I used to have a connect called Dr. Rob and meet him in the back alley and get comics and cards. Not even kidding. And he does how do you say, like, Comic-Con and that kind of thing, which, real deal. Dude was such a character, is such a character. He would also do, like, I don't know how to explain it. He would host nights at a local strip club, I guess, and ask all the ladies to if they wanted to serve shots. It was just such a character, the most random human being, one of the most I've ever met. I always get really happy running into him because I run into him in the most random spots. That's where I got all of my Tank Girl comics though. I really like Tank Girl and well, unrelated, but Madame Xanadu from DC Comics. I wish they would do something with her. She's immortal, and she was I believe it was I might be confusing the 2 characters. There's Zatanna and there's Madame Xanadu. One of them was childhood friends with Batman, and but he had his memory removed because she showed him some like ancient relics or something, and her parents were like, "Dude, you can't be showing people this," and and then his memory was erased. And I really love the art in that character, and both characters, Zatanna and Madame Xanadu. And I have a decent comic book collection. I do gotta downsize. I just want the few that I read, and got a huge box of graphic novels that they were just sold really cheap. I couldn't walk past them. Like, I physically couldn't. I love Fierce Sight and Street. I've been trying to get some fishing in these last few days, but it hasn't worked out. Did finally hit the gut pile, but still it's completely rained out back there. Smelt promising. However, found some rain boots. I think I'm gonna grab good old bright pair of yellow rain boots and finally trek back there. Because I just don't know where it is. And Co's got a drone, so I was thinking maybe he could bring that up just to see if the path extends. Because if it doesn't, then maybe people haven't been using that area for a while, and all the stuff that I've been finding is a while old. But I really want to find it. Been, wanna be able to call me. Yeah. I used that Opus clip thing, and, because yesterday, I really wanted to go fishing, so I kept, like, bouncing around the house, like, but the weather was a little extreme, and, just wanna, their Fisher brand, I've been looking on all the local fishing spots, and people are catching peacock bass out here left and right, and it's a long time dream to catch one. The colors are so beautiful, so I just want to see a few up close, and, from what I read, they're more, how do you say, like, related to cichlids or chichlids. I can't pronounce it. Cichlids, and really ferocious, and they like bright things. So I might get away with some of these fresh or saltwater stuff. And the what do you say? Like they might go for the schminnows. They got the big gulpy mouths, and they're ferocious eaters. And let's see. Mini piranha. I wonder if we have those. I don't know if it's the most ethical tank, because anytime I say piranha tank, it's very bare. That would be the sickest. Because you got chicken that like went bad, and they're wild. I thought they were everywhere when I was a kid. That movie, piranhas. Let me see. Because I believe y'all told me there is piranha. Wow, they're legal to own in Florida. Wow, red belly piranha in West Palm, piranha like fish in Miami, a pacu, piranha like fish in Palm Beach Pond. Oh no! Piranha like fish in Palm Beach Pond, 2009. A boy named Jake Duchesne. I think I'm saying that right. Caught a foot-long fish in a pond near his house. Wildlife officials poisoned the pond to kill the piranhas. Holy trucks. That's really intense. Pacu. That's right, pacu. I didn't know they get that big. Oh, they're yet another fish with very human-like teeth. Kind of want to make that my timeline picture on Facebook. I'll be real. Holy, I gotta save that picture. That is what I'll be reacting to posts with from now on. Really pretty. Really pretty. I think the cichlid that I've been looking for is called Oscar. Someone caught some. No, it wasn't the Oscar. I usually find it like that. Red Devil. The Red Devil cichlid. Someone caught one out here. It has the brightest. Here, let me open Fish Brain, because that's where I saw it. I don't have the paid version, I just use the free version. And it's brilliant. You could see local catches and what people are catching with. And yeah, the butterfly peacock bass, that's what I really, really want. Recent catches. Some things are off limits. But there's, you just like keep poking at things and it kind of works around it. Dang, now you can only see a few. That sucks. See, but if you go from species to species, yeah, that's really nice. I cannot wait to see that green. Oh, I can't wait to see that green. Greens and oranges together, really nice. I also can't wait to, I mean, the fish I catch in the ocean are very sharp and their teeth are very sharp. So I've never held a fish like that. Oh, this one looks just like, you know, the paintings. Incredible. Butterfly peacock bass. Just such a classic fish. And it's just a little retention pond. This is the area that I want to go. It's right across. So it's right across. Look at the expanse. However, there's not a lot of fishing spots that's accessible until you go like all the way in. And it's very marshy. Like, it's very hard to see. Very marshy. However, I think this would be ideal for trying to do some fly fishing. There's a little bit of a, I'm not too sure where to start with fly fishing, like with a fly rod and reel. The leader, holy crap, I didn't know it was like $100 for the leader. It's a little Guccier than I thought it was. And I already knew it was quite Gucci. And, but found a nice combo for $40. I think that's where the starting's gonna take place, because, something I don't have to worry about. And, because many jump scares, and, just want something that I don't have to worry about at all. Foot long freaking Pacu. That is intense. That is intense. Yeah, that would cause some damage. Can't believe that's the... One day, I hope there's little underwater drones that could, scan and just eradicate what isn't welcome. Because poisoning a pond, that sounds so brutal. Like, indiscriminate. Let me grab some coffee real quick. Oh, what is that from? Oh. It was really... I was really kind of excited for the Krabby Patty thing, but it seems that it's just kind of mediocre, which I guess what did I expect? A cartoon Krabby Patty. But you know, certain childhood dreams remain alive until the very end. And that's one of them. Hey, the first two seasons of SpongeBob are hilarious. First two seasons are really good. God, yeah, the teeth are astounding. I really do want to catch a sheep's head. The teeth are hilarious. I haven't seen them in person,
since I was a kid. I've never personally caught one, but I really want to get some pictures. I love swimming with them. Just wild. Got a bunch of boar teeth yesterday. I'm going to clean them up. Got a few friends that do oddities and like stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to start. Oh god! I just poked it. It went right through. That was surprisingly sharp. These were free hooks that came in a little kit. They look like human teeth. Wow. I'm always so surprised to see like the dispersion like areas of certain species. Like they travel like really large areas. Some fish like clear maps on where they visit. It's like a migrating butterfly. Just hooked myself a little bit. Finally got this vise really, for some reason, I didn't, like, this obviously is tactile, so it's obvious that you move this, but for some reason for the longest time I didn't, and now I could really, like, it stays. Before I was really kind of suffering through it, moving all over the place. And maybe that's why actually the mono was staying on it. The surf candy, the use mono in it, and it allows all the colors to shine through or show through. And then when you coat the mono in resin, it really does a good job at re-refracting light, and it's really clear. The clarity is astounding. Sturgeons. Sturgeons are, they're the coolest looking fish in my opinion. That's one that, wow. There's a bunch of sturgeon farms in Miami that I really want to see if like they'll let you just like look at them, because they're the coolest looking fish. Sturgeons. So Atlantic sturgeons are the ones that I'm familiar with. They're like dolphin, like gator dolphin sharks. Really intense. They got armor. And scoots. Here's one breaching. Really cool fish. The amount of differences between species is just, that's why I think like one objective of the planet itself is every single combination or every possibility, just like there's just so much, and then there's so much within the so much that it's like any possibility like is, oh baby sturgeon, they're so cool looking. Monsters of the river. I wonder what the largest documented. "14 feet, 811 pounds, and it was caught in the coastal waters off of Canada. And I think there are another fish that are in salt water, but then they breed in fresh water. Man, they're cool. I really like the head shape, kind of like a pig, like a domestic pig, or what are those fish? Snook. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. When is snook season? Under the pier, the Juneau Pier here on the east coast of Florida, southeast coast of Florida, jam-packed. Paul DeBill, here on YouTube as well as Instagram. Ooh, this one's dead. I gotta plug this one in.
produces wicked underwater footage of this area. And he also went spearfishing with my dad's neighbor, the guy that turned me on to how can I think? Mares? Best mask I've ever used. The clarity is HD, quite frankly, and a lot of glass areas, so a lot of areas to see through. Hope this link works. If not, his name is Paul DeBille, and especially over here, really fascinating to see everything that's under the waters here. And I really like underwater videography. However, it's been a treat and a half to have someone so local, so peers that either I grew up on or just really enjoy being able to exactly see what's... I want to put my camera down, however, just haven't got a chance. And the last few times that I was at Lake Worth Pier, it was super, super rough, so it wasn't like the camera was going to stay still. I don't have a frame mate or anything like that. Wow, Devil's Hole fishing sturgeon. Wow, I've never heard of Youngstown. Okay. I've heard of Devil's Hole. Maybe not. I think it's Devil's Mill Hopper. I wonder... I'm dying to get in those springs. The blue, the deep, like, Florida forest green and the vibrancy of that paired with that turquoise blue is ridiculous. I don't think I'd ever want to leave that area, because there's an interactive map of all the freshwater springs, and I mean, we have the most in the entire world as far as freshwater springs. It's incredible. And I don't know why I haven't seen them in person. And I think most of my exploratory has been south. Not quite as south as Keys, because I haven't checked out the Keys either. But, why do every time I hear Niagara, I think New York and Canada. Oh. Oh. Here, let me grab some. And my battery backup. My dresses. Looks like the rain's cleared up. Ooh. I do want to check the weather. I forgot to add milk completely this time. Blue Grotto. Yes, that's the spot with the bell, I think. I wish I had the courage to dive, like, with tanks. One day. I just feel like I'd have the urge to hold my breath. Going to eat me an egg. Wow. Spectacular. Very good, very nice. Uh-oh. I knew it was a bad idea. I brought my headphones in. I lose them good every few months. Oh man. But I meant to charge them. Oh well. Realized I could use this to hold fibers because the Sir Candy was not working with this mono here. But I think it's more so for sewing machines, and it's just too thick for the size hook that I'm. Got it to stick that one time though. More scrap. Trying to organize a little bit, cause yeah, I think it's pickle time. These things are like fuel. I mean, food is fuel. Just think it's so difficult to find snacks and stuff like that. I suppose I should use my little stick. I really like anything pickled. The vinegar, it really keeps you going through the day. Vinegar and these are labeled hot, but they really have no heat to them. The ones by Willie's, I believe, have much more weight, and they're like $2 cheaper. I really lost the headphones. My energy levels have been tanked these last few days because of the weather. Rain puts me to sleep instantly, and yeah, tons of plant matter. Oh, I haven't checked the mail. I should check the mail. It is Sunday, but I don't know if that matters. Sometimes it surprises me. The mail truck comes Sundays, but I haven't checked the mail at all. I should run out there, because it did rain. It rained, like, immensely. Relatively out of nowhere. Let me check this weather radar. Because if it isn't, I just want to try one of these schminnows, because some things down there will bite anything flashy, especially the Mayan cichlids. And no, it doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like anything. Got a few scattered clouds, and they slowly just disappear. Oh, maybe it just wasn't loaded the first time. It did look a little off. Oh, okay. I gotta go check the mail then. I thank you dearly, because that is a huge curiosity point. And if that water, there's so much food. There's so much food, especially fried in oil. I think it would be fine. And you know, every now and then you pull something out of the ocean and it's got worms in it. And you have to, after you fillet your fish, hold it up to the sun or in front of a light, and you may see something moving every now and then. But sounds gnarly. You just cut it out. And I did notice that people have been eating the tilapia in the pond that's relatively close to here. Typically water with huge abundant varieties. Yeah, the worms. Wild. But, you know, I still the other choice is stuff that for some reason is like caught in this part of the world and then shipped across the world to be treated and then shipped back. And it's really hard to find wild caught stuff, and zero Florida caught. I wonder what I'm really excited to test the water. That is going to be really interesting. I haven't put the water under the microscope yet either. Yeah. I still can't get over in Dubai when it rained for, I forgot how long it rained for, but they have the Hello Raja Khan. Because that's one of the places that a lot of people do know about the cloud seeding there. And, oh, that reminded me. Did y'all see the line that they were going to build? Every now and then there'll be a huge project that gains some curiosity from me. Like, they designed a spinning building, but I'm not sure if that was ever built. And that was like 10 years ago. I remember seeing it. It was a big deal. The line, 9 million people living in this line in the middle of the desert. It looks so dystopian. 3 days ago, build details showcase incredible scale of Saudi Arabia's Lion megacity. That's gonna be as the Line Giga project continues. 105 miles long. That is intense. Maybe they will put, I don't know, maybe, no, I'm just gonna say joke. I can't get, it isn't the Burj Khalifa, there's not, proper, that's where the poo trucks can be seen for miles. I'm not sure how true it is or anything, I just saw it in passing. Dubai sewer trucks. Oh, they're getting it. Oh, that's 2008. Yeah, I'm not sure how, it's such a massive building. Southeast Florida. Southeast Florida. Born and raised, still here. Probably will never leave. Sweet. Yeah, I didn't check the mail at all. I think I should just run out and do that. Let's see. Well, okay. Let's see what the battery is. 12%. Okay. I forgot the battery backup. I'm gonna go check the mail. I almost said weather, but I'll be right back. And got some time. I could maybe maybe attach a cup at the end of a PVC pipe to get some water. I haven't seen the gator in a few days, however, I'm not sure, and he's very good at concealing himself. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Alright, I gotta go check that, because I do have, I think... Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the mail and then restart the stream, but out there, because there's a little bit of time left and I could try to get some water. That has been a huge focus, is trying to gauge if this is edible. There's a lot of plant matter in it, and the water at your apartment is pink. Holy trucks. That is really intense. Pink water. See, every now and then the water in Lake Worth straight chlorine. But I've never seen pink water before. That's really intense. Should definitely make a video on that, honestly. Nathan. This is Nathan. I should look on... I could do all chat. It's like filtered. I always forget to put all messages, because sometimes there'll be some unhinged comments that I miss. I don't know this time. I got really lucky with this corner of the world. Y'all have been a true joy to, and I thank y'all for joining in the life. Life is so finite, and ooh, hugged myself good the other day again. I was reaching and got my hand part. So let me run out. Okay, so I'm gonna run out and eat a sandwich. I guess I don't know, it sounds gnarly, but I've been wanting to try a peanut butter and pickle sandwich for a long time now, and I'm fixing to make just a half of one in case it's not good. But ban her? Who's her? Nope. I was told it was one of Lefty Cray's favorite sandwiches, and I really want some to test or taste something, which was quite a historical sandwich. What came about in the Depression era, and it's I couldn't tell though through pictures if like the new pickles were key in this or a straight up dill slice, but ow. Not in this situation, no jelly, but I'm planning on keeping it on the side just in case, because then I could add some jelly. I use blueberry currently, that way in case I can't finish it, the dogs are able to have it. Grapes are incredibly toxic to dogs, and it's a really old-timey. I really like the old recipes. There's quite a few that I've been wanting to try, and that's one of them. There's something probably about the like thickness of the, because I get extra crunchy peanut butter, and yeah. I was talking to Lefty Crazy's daughter. She shared a story that how he liked his pickle and peanut butter sandwich, and I'm like, I gotta try it. I have to. I really like pickles, and I've been on a pickle kick those last few days because it really helps with energy levels. Like if you, especially like if you're doing something for hours and you're not gonna have like a time to eat or something like that, spiced meats, even a Slim Jim, or pickles, for some reason it's just absolute fuel. I did pick up some blackberry jam, but I think I got the seedless kind. It's just, I don't know. I like the Concord grape jelly, but if I drop a piece and stuff like that, it's wild how toxic grapes are, and raisins are even worse to dogs. And they are the kind of dogs that will eat anything as soon as it hits the ground, and that's really hard to keep them from doing so. And been taking Church out for walks, and which took a while because he does try to just chew up the leash. Like, you'll be trying to walk him, and he's bouncing the whole time trying to bite the leash. And the first day he got here, I made him a toy with rope, and I think he associates rope with toys. But now he's really into walks. He goes straight. I took a look. Oh, it's on that phone. It's on this phone. I could post it. I was gonna post it with a song over it. I couldn't think of a good song for it. But, that's the goal, Godspeed. And, you know, trying to learn from the some food just never leaves, like, the human table. And, like, I end up enjoying the simpler things far more, and not much of a mess. I try to make dishes sometimes, and like, I made fried chicken not too long ago. It did not come out good. I have a lot of learning to do when it comes to fried chicken. Just afraid of burning it, but then afraid of overcooking it, or undercooking it. And, next time I'm just doing a batter, not the whole dip in this, dip in that, and, like, conveyor belt of things to dip the chicken in. I think just a batter. And I really want to get a good batter recipe. Maybe the recipe that's used for fish and chips, and somewhere that, like, just a big old bowl of batter that I could dip anything in, especially fish. And Church is very manic. He's extremely manic. Christmas fruitcake never leaves the table. I had it once in the form of cookies, and it was essentially just sugar cookies with the little bits of fruit in it. And I always wanted to try to make fruitcake just because tradition. They make that candied fruit so dang expensive. And, like, I could never find an assortment. You know, it's all separate in these huge jars. And it looks kind of like gummies or something. Ooh, convection roaster. My parents had this really cool convection oven. It's for OfferUp and stuff. You find, like, restaurant convection ovens, and they used it for a while, then actually sold it to a restaurant on OfferUp. A friend of mine had a barbecue restaurant for a long time, and they still bottle the sauce, but it closed down. And yeah, that looks sick. Convection toaster oven roaster. Yeah, don't get cheated out of your meat. Take matters into your own hands, as you are. That was fire. Shit, this is what I'm trying to... I really want to make one, but... Ooh, scroll right past that. Gucci-ass, beautiful piece of Tesla technology. Rocket stove or fire stove? I guess it's like a rocket stove. You can use minimal amount of fuel to keep the fire fed. And I can't really tell in the picture, but I think it might be ideal for round bottom wok. And the reason why I want a round bottom wok is because the displacement is so seamless that you could fry any size fish in it. And something just like that. You know, if I could get a purslane tank, Jesus, a propane tank cut, or a steel drum, that would be ideal. But this, it looks like it has a concave top. And if it does, that's ideal. Yeah, it looks like a concave top. Because the round bottom locks are quite expensive. However, Food Town does have them, and they're about $30. And nice heavy duty steel. And could season it and all that. Yeah, I think it would work. Maybe not. I don't know. Gotta look at some videos. But they have so many different varieties. And here's your more traditional. You could use such a small amount of fuel in it. And get me some little chunks of wood, and it's ideal. There's Australian pine everywhere, and that's really good for barbecue, really good for cooking, really delicious. 33rd, how to build pizza bread. Yeah, pizza bread ovens. I wish I had a picture of my friend's grill. All they did was bricks. It was a big old brick box, and then they put some coral block on the outside for aesthetic purposes. Huge grate on the inside. Oh, that thing is so fun to cook on. And it's just a box. It's just a big old brick box. I don't even think there's an area to sweep stuff out. Can't remember. Wish I had a picture of it. That's right, the CMU box. I wish I knew that. Definitely gonna keep an eye out on sides of the road and stuff like that out here. I think they are gonna finally put in a Home Depot out here. There's a whole nother strip of shops coming. Petition for Hobby Lobby. Or else I'm voting yes for the strip club, and yes, that is a threat. I know where my power lies. For some reason, it's a big deal out here. I can't find much talk on it anymore. They wanted to put a club of sorts on the main road, and people lost their minds. However, I'm infuriated. There's so many Publixes, so I wanted to vote yes for strip club to go on this side. Stir a little shite or something. I don't know, you gotta live a little bit. Proteins are expensive. I like chicken thighs. I'm so afraid of chicken thighs going up in price, because see, chicken breasts, if you overcook them, they turn into a compressed block of sawdust. But chicken thighs, you could overcook them, and they just incredible and very cheap, like $4 or $5 for 4 huge ones, which compared to everything else, it's like $10 for 4 chicken breasts, which I always manage to absolutely overcook. Did find another good fishing spot out here. I feel like the bike could manage. I like taking the bike because then you're able to go through all the little windy areas, through the little forests. My tires aren't really built for it, but I really, really enjoy it. Well, I'm gonna go and eat real quick because now I'm very hungry. Stock of proteins and Gucci proteins. Philly cheesesteak, oh, that sounds fire. I really like, okay, so Boar's Head has, and they don't have it at the local Publix anymore, London Port roast beef. Oh my god, it's amazing. And for Philly cheesesteaks, really good. And I know it's like lunch meat, however, that heated up with mushrooms and onions, like cook your mushrooms and onions, butter, and or whatever you cook with, and the London Port roast beef. When this stuff came out, they were giving samples away. I was a child. I was probably like 2 feet tall. And I still remember that day. It was so good. And my mom got a big thing of it. And get the candy cheese whiz and make it on a roll. It was a really nostalgic sandwich. And it's like $10 a pound, but every now and then. I think it's like actually like $13 a pound, but every now and then they'll knock it down. And God, it's really good. And it's got a certain sweetness to it, and it's cured in port wine, from my understanding. And Lakeland Discount Grocery Store. Oh, man. See, we have Food Town in these parts. Just one. And that is incredible. I tried to do a live stream. I don't know how clear it was, but they have every fish, every meat. Oh, yeah, that looks like real deal. Oh, hell yeah. See? That has, stuff that, like, I've heard of. I like Aldi. I'm just not too into it. The ones around here maybe aren't good. Like, I prefer Trader Joe's as opposed to Aldi. Aldi, I'm convinced the pork is human, and that's not something I want to talk about, but I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, everything's just like from another planet or another, it's like, Twilight Zone. Or not Twilight Zone, X-Files. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, that was fire. Definitely need to see the rise of discount grocery stores. I don't know why I'm looking at these pictures so intensely. I must be very... I was gonna make the dill pickle sandwich yesterday, however, I needed to chill the pickles to get that extra crisp. Which, honestly, I'm probably just gonna have a peanut butter and jelly and a pickle on the side. Just craving a peanut butter and jelly for some reason. It's one thing that, I don't know, just always is good. And got some lunch meat, however, it exploded. It exploded. It exploded. And, Aldi is weird. There's something, I don't know. I did like the sweet tracksuits that they came out with, but I was late on that train. Yeah, we used to have Save-A-Lots, but it's been so long since I've seen anything like that. And, Food Town, my hair keeps, like, flying and there's a giant shadow on my face. It looks weird. Food Town is incredible. They have an African aisle, Asian aisle, European aisle. So if you like need a big thing of garlic and it's not in one section, you could just travel the world and go to the next section. Incredible. Found garlic powder that is so fine. It's just very fine. Very fine. Yeah. Okay. I gotta check now. I think the rain is done for the day, so I might go test some water. Thank you again. That's a huge thing. And I will see y'all soon. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day and eats good. And yeah. Even though the stores are full of crap, there's still like really good food in there. But see ya indeed.